Bowron Lake Canoe Circuit is considered to be one of the best multi-day flatwater trips in Canada. After finishing the Sunshine Coast Trail 1 week earlier, we were looking forward to another long backcountry trip. After a short paddle out onto Kibbe Lake, we stopped at campsite number 1 for the night.
Most people use canoe carts to portage on this circuit, but being from Ontario, where portages often include bushwhacking, we prefer to carry the canoe on our shoulders. This heavy fiberglass rental made me really miss our Kevlar canoe back home. There are lots of black bears and grizzly bears in this area. Bear boxes are placed at the start and end of every portage and at every campsite. They provide the ultimate security for your food. As we paddled along the shore and up to our campsite, the biggest black bear I've ever seen popped out from behind a bush and greeted us at the water. After a moment of surprise, the bear took off through the campsite and disappeared into the forest. It happened so fast we didn't get a chance to capture the excitement on camera. Gathering firewood was very easy on this trip.
Would be faster if we both did this.
The park provides woodlots along the route for paddlers to stock up before camp. It's nice when everyone helps load the canoe with wood.
Day 4 was perfect. We were sad to leave our charming cabin, but we could see big mountains in the distance, directly south, and paddled towards them all day. We were lucky to have good weather for most of the trip and only saw 2 other groups over the 10 days. The next day we woke up, ate a breakfast bagel, and then scouted the chute behind our cabin, a fun little Class 2 rapid. We rode the roller coaster and continued down the Isaac River. We didn't have to go far, so we stopped along the portage to admire this waterfall for a while, and then made our way to McCleary Cabin for the night. We sat on the porch, whittled a mini paddle, and watched the thunderstorm roll by.
Day 6 was a windy one. We left the cabin early to get away from the mice and mosquitoes that kept us up all night. As we started down the Caribou River, the crystal clear water became muddy and brown. Around every corner was another glimpse of towering peaks and glaciers that make up the Caribou mountain range. The scenery along the entire Bowron Lake Circuit is incredible. We found another awesome campsite with a stunning view, where Alec caught a lake trip from shore, and we had a peaceful sleep, not minding our noisy neighbors.
The highlight of Day 7 was taking a short detour for lunch at Caribou Falls, an impressive 24-meter high force of nature that is off the official canoe route, but is well worth the upriver paddle. On Day 8, we decided to move only because we wanted the better campsite that was on the next sandy point. There were bear prints and moose prints all over the place, but we decided to stay anyway. Not wanting this trip to end, we paddled slowly, trolled for fish, and made many stops along the way on Day 9. Just as a storm hit, we stopped at a picnic shelter to make pancakes and sip some whiskey. We also added our mini paddle to the collection left by other paddlers. It seems to be a tradition on this canoe circuit. We saw 10 moose in total on this trip, but the two best encounters were on this day. As I was fishing on a creek, a young moose walked directly towards me. For a long time it was completely unaware I was there.
Later that evening, as we were arriving at our last cabin, a cow and calf appeared on the riverbank. They spent the night sleeping across from us, probably knowing that we would help keep the predators away.
On our last day, it was pouring rain, so we paddled as quickly as we could back to our car and Bear River Mercantile to return our canoe.